I have a pair of leather leggings with a waistband I still need to secure. This is a tall waistband because I had to compensate for the lack of rise and I hadn't completely gotten the fit correct. So sometimes you have to do that where you cut a taller waistband than you normally would. Anyway, this one's like 11 inches and we're gonna end up with 5-inch tall waistband because it was too short for the back. So the way we're going to have to secure it is by turning this inside out. I'll show you. With the pants inside out, now you can finish this waistband. And the way you're going to do that is by folding the raw edge of your fabric down to meet just 1/4 of an inch over, or however much you want, really. Over, you have to make sure it goes past this line of stitching, because the whole point is that we're going to sew inside right here in this stitch to catch the edge of this. So we use tape to secure it, because if you use pins, you're probably going to get a bunch of holes where you don't want them, and clips don't work. You can use whatever tape. Scotch tape is going to shred on you when the thread goes through the tape. The only thing about this one is you might need to tighten up your tension to avoid pulling the stitches out. So I'm going to tape this up. You cover the seam like so. Try to get it as straight as possible. And take a piece of tape and secure. Like that. I finished taping the waistband's raw edge to the inside of the pants. I'm ready to stitch in a ditch on the outside. What you're gonna want to know is that you might need to stretch the pant while you're taping it, just to make sure it's flat. And also, as you're sewing, make sure that this side on the end, which is going to be on the inside once you turn this back out, make sure to smooth it constantly as you go, and make sure to go slow. I don't have a Teflon foot, so I went ahead and stuck a piece of tape under here for the sake of this being slippery, and let's hope it works. Get your pants positioned over that ditch and the waistband meeting here. Then set your stitch length and width to 1.5, zigzag, number 4 tension. I don't know, you try it yourself and see what works for you. You might not need that much. I don't know, I haven't really done that much sewing with this tape. I don't think it'll be too hard to get out. I don't think it'll rip up the stitches, but I don't know for sure. Okay, so now we're gonna start sewing. And notice that I will check underneath to make sure that all the fabric is pulled up toward the top of the waistband. And so far so good. Do your back stitch and then just keep going all the way around until you make it to the beginning again. And make sure to constantly check that the fabric underneath is going up toward the top. Sorry, the light is probably really bright. But I'll try to get close so you can see what it's like to stitch in the ditch. go slow and constantly adjust your fabric. Give you a different angle in a minute. I know it's kind of weird just watching this. At this point, you may want to check out what's going on just to be sure that you're getting it right and not messing everything up. So we're going to put our fabric back underneath the needle. And we're going to go back to the spot where we stopped, right here, and continue sewing right here. Just make sure this is straight. That's most important. Do a couple of stitches, back stitch, pull your fabric, not too fast. This is what it looks like on the outside. You can see the stitches, but it's not going to make a big deal. Okay, so now this won't be a problem taking the tape off because none of the stitches went through the tape. That might actually be more ideal. Oh wait, no, I lied. Some of them did. Let's see what happens when I take it off. Some of it got caught in the stitches. The rest is easy to take off, but as far as this goes, it did get caught, so you might have to spend a little time taking that out, but it shouldn't be too bad. You might want to keep that in mind wherever the tape is. If you end up with stitching through it, it might take longer to remove. And that's it. That's how you do that. So I'm so smoked because I thought that this tape would be easier to pick out of the stitches, and it's not. It took me hella long just to pull the tape off. But anyway, that's why it's important to make sure that once you pull this down with your waistband, the inner edge here, make sure it's like 1/2 inch, 5/8 inch below so the tape doesn't catch in the thread. So just be willing to sacrifice a little bit of, like, you know, however much is comfortable for you. I would not say this is necessarily a beginner friendly fabric, but you can do it if you feel like challenging yourself. To all of my beginners out there, and it just takes practice. Basically, once you dive right in, you'll be ready for the next big thing. I wouldn't say you have to limit yourself to only beginner friendly things. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The light here is obviously an overhead light now. Natural light is gone. But this is an awesome fabric. A leather look, pleather, plasticky type fabric. It wears nicely. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial.